Morning friends, welcome to this session. Today we are going to discuss methods of obtaining vital statistics. There are four methods of obtaining vital statistics. We are elaborating these one by one. The first method is registration method. This is an important way of obtaining vital statistics. In most of the countries, vital statistics registers are maintained. It is legally compulsory to report events like birth, death by the Registration of Births and Deaths Act 1969. Similarly, marriages are also to be registered. Along with birth registration, related information like place of birth, mother's age, religion, and occupation of parents, family size, etc. is automatically recorded. In urban areas, municipalities, and in rural areas, Gram Panchayat, Police Patil undertake this work. Deaths are automatically recorded in urban areas because disposal of body requires a death certificate from the authorities. Apart from this, hospital records is also a prominent source of vital statistics. However, friends, registration method is subject to some shortcomings. For example, some births are likely to remain unregistered, particularly in rural areas where population is scattered. Incidences like birth and deaths are not reported to the authority in some cases. Similarly, communities like Laman, Shikalgar, Adivasis were moved from one place to another. So, such information about them is rarely registered. Hence, the figures are generally underestimated. The second method is census method. Census is conducted at the interval of 10 years in almost all countries in the world. In India, the last census was conducted in the year 2011. Census has wider scope. It consists of complete enumeration of population along with the information regarding age, sex, education, caste, occupation, income, marital status, type of house, etc. Therefore, census gives a good deal of information regarding vital statistics. Friends, there are two methods of conducting census. One is de facto method and the another one is de jure method. As census is conducted after every 10 years for intercensal period, information related to vital events cannot be made available. This is a main drawback of the method. The third method is sample surveys. Sometimes special sample surveys are conducted to get the information which is not available in census or by registration of the vital events. National Sample Survey Organization NSSO has conducted such surveys on family planning, morbidity, etc. And the last method is sample registration scheme. This is one more method of collecting data on fertility, mortality, etc. From 1967, this method is in existence. Mainly, it provides data which is useful for verification of census results. Independent surveys are conducted every 6 months and data on births and deaths are collected to get reliable estimates of vital events. But friends, many times vital statistics collected by using above methods is not enough. For example, population for intercensal year is not available. In that case, statistical methods are used to estimate these figures. So, how to obtain population at a particular time period t? So this is the formula for which we can measure population at a particular time t. So this is given by pt equal to p0 plus b minus d plus I minus e. So population at a time t is equal to total population at last census plus difference between births and deaths plus difference between immigrants and emigrants. So suppose if I am interested in population in August 2020, then how to obtain this? This can be obtained by using this formula, that PT is nothing but population in August 2020. This can be obtained by population at 0 means total population at last census. Last census is in 2011, so take that figure, plus total births during last census to time t, that is B, minus D. D is total deaths during last census to time t. So take the difference between births and deaths from last census to this August 2020. Plus, so take again the difference between immigrants and emigrants. So total immigrants during last census to time t. So time t is nothing but August 2020. So the total difference between immigrants and emigrants is taken. So pt is equal to p0 plus b minus d plus I minus e. So to get a glimpse of population for a particular village in August 2020 can be obtained by taking last census of that village plus the difference between births and deaths from last census to August 2020 plus the difference between immigrants and emigrants of that village from last census to time t. T is nothing but August 2020. So immigrants means, friends, those who are leaving the village, and emigrants means those are coming to that particular village. So take that difference so that we can get the population in August 2020. So again, how to rate this? So means, what are the methods of obtaining vital events? And to study vital events, mainly the rates of vital events are used. So what is, friends, actually meant by rate of vital event? So that is the ratio of number of cases of vital events to the total number of persons exposed to the risk of event, and it is multiplied by k. So what is k? K is a constant. For example, if k equal to 1, this rate gives as per person. So if k equal to 1, the rate is per person. If k equal to 100, the rate is in percentage. And if k equal to 1000, the rate is in thousand. In demography, k is taken as 1000. So why k is taken as 1000? Because, friends, if you see the equation, if you see this rate of vital event calculation, so we will observe that a small numerator is there as compared to denominator. So what happens in demography? Usually a small numerator we are getting as compared to a large denominator. Therefore, ratio will be smaller in magnitude. Hence, for convenience, it is multiplied by 1000. Therefore, normally what happens, friends, in demography, K is always taken as 1000. Suppose if I am taking vital event as death, then how I can calculate death rate? So death rate, for example, in case of coronavirus, so death due to coronavirus in India till 8th August 2020 are, the number of cases are 43,453. So the formula is rate of death. So that is death rate equal to number of cases of deaths divided by total number of persons exposed to death multiplied by K. So as we are interested in getting this figure in percentage, we are multiplying this by 100. So therefore death rate equal to number of cases of vital events due to coronavirus in India is 43,453. So that we are putting this in the numerator. In the denominator, total number of confirmed cases. So this total number of confirmed cases of coronavirus in India till 8th August 2020 are, so this is 2153010. And since we are interested in percentage, we are multiplying this by 100. So therefore death rate equal to 43453 divided by 2153010 multiplied by 100. So that is equal to 2.0182%. So this means, so the death rate due to coronavirus in India is 2%. So friends, we will stop here and discuss more rates in the next session. Friends, once again I am sharing you my class code. So you are requested to join the class for getting resource material. Seeing you in my class. Thank you. Bye bye.